Richard Nixon was president when these two started racing. Darrell Basham and Bob Schacht. The same, but different. I don't know about you, but I remember where I was at when the direction of my life was formed, Michigan International Speedway, on August 23, 1974, when I saw Richard Petty's fire red and petty blue Dodge go screaming by. Since then, probably just like you, we've been hooked. From our first media gig at the tender age of 15 in 1983 with Grand National Scene, to printing our own Supercars Today magazine in the 1990s, hence our name. Nothing against our open wheel friends, but if it has fenders, our nosy nature wants to find out the who, the why, and the how. We don't necessarily interview these people, we have conversations. So please subscribe to our channel and hit that bell to be notified of new content every Tuesday at noon. Thanks for watching, and please like, comment on, and share these videos. Today on the program... So what makes these guys both the same? Darrell Basham and Bob Schacht. Both are Midwesterners. Basham born in the tiny town of Henryville, Indiana, just north of Louisville. Both started racing at a young age, and Darrell made his first ARCA start at the Fairgrounds Motor Speedway in Louisville just after his 23rd birthday. And he would even grab his best finish of 5th in 1974 at the Salem Speedway, right down the street from his house. Basham was now a regular, racing everywhere in ARCA, from Avila to Daytona to Talladega to Columbus, and even made a one-off NASCAR start at the Nashville Fairgrounds in 1979. After competing in 1981, Darrell decided to take some time off to help grow his independent trucking company. He came back in 1993, made a NASCAR Goodies Dash start, then again in 1994, and made sporadic starts until returning full-time to ARCA in 2001. Even a tornado in his hometown of Henryville and a shop fire in his garage couldn't keep the team down, and they competed full-time until the last race of 2014 when Mike stepped behind the wheel. Always a fan favorite, Darrell did have to back off some on his racing efforts, making the occasional start for Wayne Hickson, James Hilton, Dale Scherer, and Bill Kimmel. He instead would have to focus on his trucking company and his health issues. That is until October 8, 2023. Bob Schacht was also born in the Midwest, in the Chicago area, and like Basham, started racing locally. It didn't take long before you saw that number 75 in victory lanes all across the country. Although the results don't show it, Bob relief drove for a driver at Salem during the ARCA race in 1971, but his first official start in a supercar event was at Avila in 1978. Robert Earl, Schacht's full name, and just a year younger than Basham, drove in just about everything: ARCA, the USAC Stock Car Series, IRA, and even NASCAR. But it's in the ARCA Series where he made his bread and butter, winning on short tracks, super speedways, dirt tracks, and even road courses. But Bob also experienced some spectacular accidents, and by the turn of the century, with back problems ailing him, he had to step out of the seat and become, well, a sort of a rental car owner and crew chief. But after a few years, with the occasional battle on the local go-kart track, Bob found that his back really wasn't hurting anymore. So he decided to start running ARCA road courses again with mixed results. In 2016, Schacht ran the Super Cup Stock Car Series, and in 2018 won their series title. Not a short time after doing our show, in early 2021, Bob had a falling out with the Super Cup Stock Car Series and decided to start his own organization, the Grand National Super Series. But even Schacht can take a break from his own series, as we saw July 7th, 2023 at Mid-Ohio. Your humble reporter here is not trying to take the credit for everything, but over the ensuing years, I've gone to both Basham and Schacht's bosses, Sandy and Patty, their wives, and told them that both needs to make a start in the decades of the 2020s to make it 6 total, a record in ARCA that will likely never be broken. After a couple of years of very valid reasons why not to come back and run ARCA, both Sandy and Patty appeared to agree, and Bob and Darrell came back to run. The 74-and-a-half-year-old Basham teamed up with car owner and former champion Andy Hillenberg to start the 2023 ARCA season finale at Toledo. In what most thought would be a starting park, Darrell actually ran quite well, finishing 12th and well ahead of his son Mike. Things were a little more eventful for Schacht at Mid-Ohio, who was spun, it looked like intentionally, by Sean Hignorani trying to get a lap back. Bob did finish, but did vow to get even with Hignorani. What makes these two the same? If you haven't figured it out by now, both have competed in ARCA events in 6 different decades starting in the 1970s, a record that will likely never be broken. Though Bob Schacht did it first, back in July. Either way, congratulations to 2 tough competitors who, likely, will be forever etched in ARCA's record books. Now stand by for the applause.